Excuse me. Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, you tuned into another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 25. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and checking me out. And without much further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. We're picking up somewhat from where we left off on the last episode of this series, but before we get there, there are a few things that I have done off camera, and I'm going to cover all of that first. First of all, say hello to my farm dude. He's a city slicker turned farm dude with his fishing cap ready to go, and his jean jacket, and his farm ready boots and gloves. He's ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Um, Off camera, we have continued with our processing or our harvesting process of our grass fields. Remember, at the start of the series, well, during this series, made the decision in part because I missed my planting window for planting some grain crops, but we made the determination that we're just going to do grass in each of the fields that we currently own on the main farm. So we put down grass in fields two, three, four, and five. We've harvested that grass. We've done a mixture of, on two fields, we did um, hay, and on two fields, we did grass with the intention of processing those grass bales into wrapping those grass bales so that we could process them to make silage. But unfortunately, it, as part of that process, I ran into some issues. Well, first of all, let's let's kind of show off what we have going here. We have silage bales, but we didn't get to wrap them and make them. I had to do a little bit of a cheat because of a issue that I encountered or a mistake that I made in my baling process here. And let's go ahead and explain that real quick. Uh, in the base game, at least for right now, these are all of the balers that we have available. So let's go here to the balers. Uh, we have square balers, and I should have opted for a square baler, and I probably wouldn't encounter the issues that I had. But because we chose to go with the cheaper round balers due to our budget, our current farm's budget or lack thereof, we have, our options are only round balers at this time until we make, a little bit more money in the farm. But the issue is that the round balers, depending on which model of the round baler you choose, are limited in the types of bales they can make. So I opted for a round baler that made the largest possible size bale that you could make with a round baler, thinking that would cut down on the number of bales I would have to process and thus cut down on the amount of time I am that we're processing round bales without thinking that this would be a concern when I got to the next stage in the process, and that's wrapping the bales. But the issue that I encountered right away once we got to the point of me processing the bales was first of all finding a bale loading trailer that would process the 180 centimeter or the largest possible round bale size in the game. And that was my first issue, but that was the issue that led me to kind of get worried that I might have other issues downstream in the processing of said bales. And my fears were realized upon coming to trying to find a device to wrap my 180 centimeter bales. And as you can see here, we have really only one baler that creates the 180 centimeter bales. That should have been our first clue, but I wasn't thinking about it because, again, I was trying to uh, process bales where I had the fewest bales but the largest capacity, not thinking that about that I would have some other issues because we just don't have that many mods in the game right now. Well, so I go to the wrappers and I look for all the wrappers that will process 180 centimeter round bales, and that's where I encounter the issue. I discovered the issue that I'm going to have, and there was only one baler that processes 180 centimeter bales, and for whatever reason, it was not picking up the 180 centimeter grass bales that I had on the field. I'm not entirely sure why, uh, but that's something I will have to research for another day and time. But that's the only baler that we have right now that processes 180 centimeter bales. Uh, so I had to kind of walk everything back and kind of start over. So what I ended up doing was uh, selling all of the grass bales that I had, um, and just figuring out, doing a little math and figuring out how many liters of grass that was for those 150 meter bales, grass bales, and I just purchased excuse me, 180 centimeter grass bales, and I purchased the equivalent amount of 150 centimeter grass bales that were already wrapped. Excuse me, well, yeah, already wrapped and fermented into silage. Because what I would have done was wrap the bales and then they would have fermented and processed into silage. So I just had to go ahead and sell those grass bales that I couldn't really use and I couldn't do anything with, and I couldn't wrap because we don't have the ability to really wrap them at this moment. And I just purchased silage bales that were already made. So that was kind of one of the first dilemmas I ran into there. Also off camera, we went ahead and ran the grass roller over all of the grass fields because that's the first thing you want to do after you harvest your grass or mow your grass. You want to go ahead and run the the roller over your fields, but you want to make sure you have your roller set for the grass rolling setting and not the standard rolling setting. And that way you automatically get your one level of your fertilized you skip one level of your fertilizing state, so you automatically skip to stage two of your fertilizing state. So as you can see here, you have your two stages and then your stages of fertilization. Your first stage is light blue, your second stage is dark blue. If you roll right after you harvest your grass fields, you automatically flip to stage two of fertilization. So then the next cycle in the process, you just let your and grass automatically grows. You don't have to replant it. So once grass uh, this grass is already fertilized, it's already in stage two, so it can grow, and you won't have to fertilize it anymore. It's already in stage two, as long as you roll right after you harvest the grass. So there's not the only thing I got to do with grass right now is just watch it grow, and it'll already be at the right fertilization state that it needs to be, so that you can uh, have the best yield, or at least the next to the best yield. Grass also has two ready to harvest states. And depending on how many grass harvests you want to do per year, you can harvest grass in its first state and your yield will be less, or you can wait to the second stage of ready to harvest for grass and you'll get a little bit additional yield. It's up to you how you want to do it. But if you wait to the second state, ready to harvest state for grass, you're not going to have as many harvest cycles throughout the year if you're harvesting your grass every time it becomes ready to harvest within the time frame of a calendar year. So it's just something to think about it. There's pros and cons to doing it both ways, but those are the things that you want to take into consideration if you're uh, harvesting grass. All right, so we've talked and talked and talked, but right now, let's go ahead and jump into it. First of all, I want to return a lot of my lease vehicles. I won't need them anymore, at least for the time being. So you can return the bale trailer. We can return the baler. You know, we still got material in it. We're gonna, excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my throat all of a sudden. It always happens when I start to get on live. We can get rid of the baler, even though there's material in it. We're going to lose that material. That's fine. We'll make it up along the line, and I've already lost a lot between episodes here with that mistake, but I honestly did not expect that to be an issue. We also have our the Lizard Forge pickup that we leased, and that was just to pick up some material because when I was mowing, my mower kicked some material out outside of the range of the field and into the road, and I didn't know if I would be able to pick that loose material up. And normally you would run into issues because you don't own that land, but the forage pickup allows you to pick up materials on the ground pretty much no matter where it's at on the map. So we were able to pick up a lot of that loose material. Uh, Also, I'm going to show you a little trick here that we also discovered with the forage pickup, and we'll go over that in just a second. Okay, I think is that all the lease vehicles that we got right now? Oh no, the mower and uh both of the mowers, we won't need any of them, so we can go ahead and return those. And as well as the windrower, we won't need that anymore. We can return that. And both of the mowers, return. And the tedder, we don't need the tedder as well. We've done everything we could. It didn't work out exactly like I planned, but we know from this point going forward, when we bale, we're gonna do. You want to do the standard size bale or the next size up? So excuse me. So going back to our balers, we just want to keep this in mind, at least as long as we're doing round bales. Where we at? I just lose my yield improvements, forage harvesting, grassland baling. Was right now we're in the round bale range, so we want to make sure we're doing 125 centimeter to 150 meter round bales. There's very limited support for 180 centimeter round bales at this time in the game, at least in the base game equipment. Uh, Everything is centered around 150 centimeter baling. And maybe somewhere down the line, if I'm going to be heavily invest in the grass uh, production and the silage baling, I may get this piece of machinery right here, the Go Wild Vario Master V140. It's a stationary um, baler that a bale wrapper, and you could actually drop loose material into the bale wrapper, and it can process that material and wrap it all in one motion. So we literally can mow the grass, uh, pick up the grass with a forage wagon, and then drop that loose material right into the baler. We can also pick up straw with a forage wagon and drop it in the baler as well and process straw bales. So as you can see here, it actually says it. You can even do loose material with hay, but you can do all three types. Basically, you can do all the available bale types with this stationary baler. With the advantages that it's a stationary baler, and you can bring the raw material to the baler instead of picking it up on the field. So it's just so it really just depends on how you want to do your bales. Right now, because again, we don't have the big money yet on our farm. We don't have the multi-million-dollar budget, so we're doing it the budget friendly way. So we're going to grab one of these round balers, and we're going to do this time. We're going to do 150 meter. Well, next harvest cycle, grass harvest cycle, we'll do 150 centimeter grass bales, and then we'll wrap those bales with a bale wrapper that can handle 150 centimeter bales. And that should be every bale wrapper that's available. Again, we only have this hybrid extractor, and I got to test this one. I don't know what was the issue with the 180 centimeter bales right now, and that's just something I have to figure out at another time. But for whatever reason, it wasn't liking my grass. Excuse me. It wasn't liking my grass bales. So that's another problem for another day. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. So where are we? So we're heading back to the farmhouse. We're gonna go ahead and sleep till the next day. We're done all we can do uh, on this particular day. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and sleep until 8 o'clock a.m. It's currently 3:55 in the morning, so only a few hours. And just trying to double check because with this new setup, I seem to be having audio issues from time to time. Hello, hello, hello. Do we have audio? Okay, okay. So we got sound. All right. So we're now. Hey, hello, Grandpa. How you doing? So we're now in April, and first thing we want to do is check our crop calendar. Let's see what we have available to us. Well, uh, in the month of April, we can plant carrots, corn, grapes, grass, which we technically already have. We already got our grass growing. Grass regrows automatically. We can do long grain rice. We can do oat. Actually, we could have did oat in March. I missed that one. We can do olives. We can do parsnips. We can do peas. Also in March. Missed that one. We could do potatoes. We could do spinach. We can do sugar cane. We can do sunflowers. Now, sugar cane is a pretty, at least it used to be a pretty profitable crop, but there's a significant investment in equipment. If we take a look in the shop, we can kind of see a little bit of what we're talking about with sugar cane. I think all the sugar cane equipment is on the special crops equipment in Farming Simulator 25. And if we go over to sugarcane planters, you'd first have to buy or lease a planter, and it's a slow process because the planters only have a width of either 1 meter or 2 meter for the two-row planter. Then for your harvester, we only have this piece of equipment for harvesting sugar cane right now in the base game. So you really, and that, as you can see, that's a $349,000 piece of equipment. They don't even have to use they and the previous versions of Farming Simulator, you had a small harvester, not just the big boy. There, you actually had a little smaller, more economical harvester that had a small harvesting with, but at least it was a cheaper piece of equipment. So now they got you locked in and very limited on your equipment. We definitely had a lot more transport trailers, but in the base game we only have two. This and Farming Simulator 25. So you're either stuck with a capacity of 20,000 or a capacity of 28,000 with these two trailers, and then that's pretty much it for sugarcane. So it will not be a high profit crop, at least as it stands with the current equipment that you have available to you to do sugarcane at this point in time. I didn't even check into that. That's a little disappointing. All right, rice harvesting, rice planters. Okay, so we're just gonna rock with grass for right now. All right, so we're just working contracts until we get to the point where our grass has grown and it's ready to harvest again. But we don't really have any good contracts that are really, maybe this $5,000 stone picking contract is the only one that's worth anything right now. So I guess we'll go ahead and take that one. The rest of them aren't even worth. And look at her, 11 logs for 2805 for 11 logs, but that's not really that profitable. I don't know if I'll mess with that one. So yeah, we'll do the rock one, the stone picking one. So we're gonna borrow items for there. And one of the things I don't like about the stone picking contracts that issue that I run into is you have the picker and the trailer, and they only give you one tractor instead of two tractors to utilize for the stone picking contract. So you have to come back and pick up the trailer to unload the stone picker into the trailer. You have to go park the trailer behind the stone picker, then use the tractor to power the stone picker so that it would dump into the trailer. Then you have to move the trailer so we can continue picking with the stone picker. And the stone picker doesn't have that much of a storage capacity. So if there's more than 2,000 liters of stones on the field that you're processing for your contract, that's a lot of running around just to get that contract executed. All right, so this is on field 8. So we're going to do set destination, field 8. Where are you? All right, this one's super close to the shop, which I like. That doesn't happen that often, so we'll go ahead and take that one. The driver shouldn't have too much trouble figuring that one out. And of course he gets to the bridge and flunks out. Weird how they do that. And it's literally just right up the road from the shop, but he didn't know what to do once he got to the bridge. And you saw it happen real time. I don't know what the issue is with this bridge, but he seems to be having an issue crossing the bridge. He's just sitting there. I don't understand. And apparently the worker doesn't either. Makes perfect sense. right, let's do 3 headlands for direction. Let's see, work direction. Okay, yeah. Let's do automatic. No offset. Show lines on. Oh, why are we on steering assist? We should want to be on AI work. All right, let's do 3 headlands. Start with headland line. Okay. Activate AI worker. Alrighty, so we're up. Now let's go back to our contracts. Let's see what else we have available. We have a deadwood. Those are not worth the time and effort. We have a fertilizing contracts, but nothing that's paying that much, so those are not worth it. So we can either look at this rock removal or this wood transport. Wood transport is only paying $28.05, but it's the best thing we got on the table right now. So against my better judgment, we're going to go ahead and jump on that. But that'll give us some time to burn while we're waiting on the execution of the stone picking contract. But we got to keep an eye on the stone picking contract because of the issue I was talking about earlier about swapping out the tractor with the trailer with the stone picker. That adds a lot of extra effort to stone picking contracts. But our wood transport contract is over on field 74, or land mass 74, I guess we'd call it. Because not all of these land properties are fields per se, or have a field on them. Well, I guess we'll just go by the terminology used by the game. They call them farmland more than fields, so farmlands. Let's go ahead and see if we can tell the worker to go to that farmland and they can figure that one out. All right, so it looks like he's able to try to make his way over here to this particular contract. I don't know what was going on with the other one, but he at least gives the appearance that he knows where he's going on this particular go-to instruction. So we'll see if that is the case and where he actually ends up or gets stuck at. And while we're waiting on that, I guess we can kind of go look at some of the additions to the game. Also, let's see what's going on in the used vehicle market. We really don't have a lot of resources to play with right now, but uh, still want to look and see if there's some bargains that we might not want to let slip by. This Amazon ZATS 3200 um, fertilizer spreader is not a horrible deal, but it only does our fertilizer and not lime. We'll need a piece of equipment that does both. All right, looks like we made it to 74 without too much trouble. All right, so there's 11 logs that we have to pick up here, so this should be a real quick pick up and sell. So we're gonna unfold the truck. And the other thing I wanted to kind of touch on real quick, but I got a little bit sidetracked, is we have a few more mods in Farming Simulator 25. We still got a long way to go, but we did have a few more mods released last week. We did not have mods every day, but we did have a few. And just visually kind of gonna go through a few things here. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through them. I'm not gonna go in detail. The biggest one, though, is that Yoast finally at least released his first version of the liftable pallets and bales mod, but 25, and these are all of the products that now have liftable pallet versions of them in Farming Simulator 25, and he pretty much got everything. Also, because this base game baling equipment will not work with the liftable bales, he had to also create liftable liftable bale compatible versions of the balers uh, with the mod. Same thing for because there's cotton bales that are liftable, and then so you got cotton balers, you got square balers, you got round balers. These are the only balers as of right now that will be compatible with his liftable bales. His liftable bales are also not compatible with other mods because we're kind of super early in the game's life cycle, and he would have to make updates to those bales so that they could be compatible with other baler mods. So basically, if you're going to use this mod on console, you're pretty much locked in to using these balers that are part of this mod and not any other balers per se. Although, from what I understand, it these bales will work with certain bale trailer mods, but that's going to be kind of one of those things you're going to want to test out because that could be hit or miss as more and more mods roll out uh, over the lifespan of Farming Simulator 25. But that's just something to be aware of. Uh, it's basically the way that they create this, the modder creates this is by creating a custom bale type. So from that point on, those bales will only be compatible, won't be compatible with base game balers, and that's why there has to be special versions of the balers. All right, what else did we have here that was kind of note? The bell spike probably is going to be cool. I haven't tested that yet. We had a beautiful tractor that was released, the Massey Ferguson 600 series. Tractor, old school tractor, small tractor, but still sweet. Beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment. And you guys have been watching me long enough. Know that I love my Massey Ferguson equipment. We got a version of the Nordstein NS 3003, which is a cedar planter that I used uh, a lot early on in my gameplay and in my series in Farming Simulator live stream series and Farming Simulator 22. Good to have that piece of equipment back. But like a lot of folks have been saying, there was a lot of equipment that was in the base game in 22 and 19 that did not make its way into 25. Even though there's a ton of new equipment, there's a lot of things that were not included in the release of 25 that kind of raise an eyebrow. Oh, we got our first dolly in 25, so that's good to know. I'm not going to get into the details of it. We got a refillable IBC tank. We got the Roper Tiger 6S Premium for root crops. It's got some headers that will give you a few more options. We're dealing with root crops, and it's and a 4 meter harvesting width, which is super important. So we're now, and this one does root crop, sugar beet. Uh, I forget what the red one is, but carrots and beet, parsnip as well. Sugar beet. So that's what it is. What else do we got? That was of note. Got the Strawman Zelon CFS 2501 DO, a forge wagon. That's a 23,000 liter forage wagon and a very popular one at that. And I've already covered the TARDIS pack. I've covered the forage pickup, but let's look at the TARDIS real quick because I didn't. We got a forage wagon in that TARDIS kit, but a standard capacity, and it's the same as the Strawman with the 20, well, a little bit higher than the Strawman with a 26,000 liter capacity, but you can kind of flip around there. You got salad one with solid additive, one without. Then you got the unrealistic capacities of 260,000 liters, and with salad additive and without. And the water trailer we've covered. Got the TARDIS trailer and the TARDIS trailer tandem. And a couple of John Deere tractors. We got a John Deere T560 pack. A John Deere 7810 and a John Deere 4755. Now, do note that I don't have every mod downloaded in my game that's available in the mod hub. Uh, I have most of them, but there are a few mods that I know I'm not even going to use, and they're not part of my gameplay, so I didn't even bother installing. And furthermore, once I go through this list a little bit, I'm probably going to go ahead and streamline it a little bit and clean up some stuff that I know I'm not going to use in my gameplay, and just go ahead and uninstall that stuff as well. Uh, Stuff like this little leveler here, I won't use this. There's other stuff you can use that is more useful than that. Not that it's a bad mod, but it's just not something I would use in my gameplay, as I guess the best way to say that, because I'm not going to knock any mod that's out here, because all the mods have uses, just not for the way I play and what I do in my live stream series. They got this great Case AFS Connect Magnum series tractor. Beautiful piece of equipment. Uh, and if I'm not uh, rocking Massey Ferguson in Case IH, is right there. I love their tractors. They're such beautiful pieces of equipment. All right. And also we had a host of other buildings and additions in our placeables section, but I'm not going to go over all of them right now, but let's check it out. But anywho, let's check on our stone picker. And he's already reached a point where he's full. And so, kind of illustrating that point that I was talking about. Why is he... Alright, I don't even want... Oh, goodness. I don't know why he started to do the headland and then jumped to the middle of the field. That's crazy to me. I don't understand why that's happening. He did the headline and then he came all the way in the middle instead of doing these lines over here. I'm scratching my head right now. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is about the AI and the stone picker, but there seems to be some issues with the AI when it comes to just operating the stone picker. Because when the AI is using our regular harvesting equipment, they're not anywhere near that bad. All right, so we got to go pick up our trailer. So send the tractor to the shop. And while we're on the way to the shop, we're just going to enjoy this beautiful scenery and Farming Simulator 25. Because as you can see, this is not a reskin Farming Simulator 22 by any stretch of the imagination. And look at that fog of the river. It's beautiful stuff. And we drive past the animal dealer and we make that left over to the shop. And we have arrived at Axel's Tractor Center, and we're going to go ahead and pick up our... Okay, don't... He's just going to run on over the... This is blocked by the object. We're going to pick up the trailer here and take it over to a stone picker site. And let's see if I tell the tractor to go there, if he's going to have the issues that the stone picker driver did. And literally all you got to do is just go right here, guy. He's already saying that it's unreachable. It's literally right there. All I'm doing is just plotting this spot right here. And once again, at the bridge, there's an issue. You don't understand? This wasn't happening until the last few days. I don't know what's been going on with AI, but I hadn't been having any issues with AI crossing this bridge until recently. And I've seen drivers on go-to routes all over the map, but I don't know why they're having these problems currently. fact, it was one of my favorite features of the game, was that the drivers seemed to work much better than they did in Farming Simulator 22, but I may have to retract that statement because that seems to have changed. And I don't understand why. Because I've done stone picking contracts frequently before the patch and never had all this stuff that I'm having now. Alright, so we're going to move the trailer out the way and let the AI continue on this crazy path, but I'm probably going to have to grab him and start and do it myself because this thing does some crazy stuff. But we'll give it a chance to try to get it figured out. But if it does anything like it did on the last stone field I had that I was running off camera, then I'm going to have to take over it. And it does not give me this vote of confidence when you're skipping lines and going into the middle of the field. Alright, looks like he's going from left to right. And now my question is, does that mean once he finishes this section of the field, is he going to come back and finish the stuff over to the left side? Stay tuned. Alright, but while all that's happening, let's go ahead and operate and execute this log contract. Because the stone picking is doing what it's going to do, at least for the moment. Alright, so here we go. What's wrong? Button. Alright. We got 2 logs. And barring any unexpected issues, oh, there we go. Too heavy to lift. Almost lost them there for a second. So we're going to go ahead and drop those 2 in there. See if we can kind of slide them over a little bit, though. Let's do it this way. Come on, Junior. And we should just be able to move that over and kind of sweep them up. Wish you had to hop out and mess it all up. Try it again. Slide over. There you go. Alright. Let's grab 2 more. Alright. Gonna get away with grabbing 2 more again. Looks like we can. And we will. Just gotta get them up high enough so that we can clear the trailer. And then low enough so that we can load them on the trailer. Alright, and the deck is shuffled already again. Now do I want to fight with trying to get them straight and sorted out, or do I just want to leave it as it is? That's $1 million question. Let's see if we can spin the slide up first, though. We got one bird that's hanging in the back that really doesn't want to cooperate, does it? Let's try that again. Let's get up some speed first, and then stop. And one log is still not moving. The other 2 slid right on up, but this one log is just kind of hanging down low. This doesn't want to cooperate. That's fine. There we go. Gotcha. Alright, we're going to try to grab 2 more. And we pick up a 3rd straggler. Now, is that going to mess up the whole flow? Ooh, that was close. Almost tipped the whole thing over there. There we go. Should have known. Alright, let's pop them off. Please lower, open. We're not even. There's not that many logs here, so we're not gonna go crazy making sure we have this neat stat. Alright, come back up, come back up. These two don't want to cooperate, so we gotta do something a little bit different here. Okay, what the heck? That's not what I was trying to do. And this is supposed to be a simple, easy peasy logging contract. There we go. Finally, YouTube. Alright, just drop those two down. 3 more to go. And we just do them one by one. For the sake of simplicity, man. Grab them on up, bring them on around. All right, that's a beautiful thing. Okay, okay, well, never mind. We'll leave it right there. There we go. Okay, turn it. Okay, and one more log to go. And then we could just send him on his merry way to at least until we get to the delivery point. All right, last log, last log. Let's go, let's go. Okay, and I'm trying to bring it back. There you go. Just didn't want to cooperate for whatever random reason. Okay, finally we got it loaded. For such a small load, it was a little more temperamental than I would have liked. But we got it done, so we can go ahead and fold the truck. Okay, so set destination, and where's our delivery point? All right, this sawmill here. So let's go ahead and plot that out. Target is unreachable. Where have I heard that before? Well, what can you reach, my brother? All right, can you reach this point? All right, let's do that. The salt pepper is at 86%. Looks like we did, or at least he's trying to figure out what he did. He did figure out the other section of the field that he needs to do, but it just seems like he's spends a lot more time driving around trying to get lined up than he does doing the actual job. But he's close to full, so we're going to stay with him at least until we do the swap and unload, and then we'll pop back over and check on our log truck to make sure he doesn't get lost. Oops. Except when you press the wrong button, then we pop over and check on the log truck anyways. He's got another 5%, so I guess we still can kind of babysit the log truck before he does all stop, because the log truck is kind of moving. And the log truck has arrived, so we'll go ahead and do the log sale first, and then I guess we are already there. So the sale point is at the paper mill. All we gotta do is just park it here, hop out, and go sell wood and execute the contract. It's a beautiful thing. So now let's go to our contract screen, and our wood transport contract has been executed. After the leasing cost, we only get $25.45 out of this one. So let's go ahead and collect that. Alrighty, another job well done. So we arrived just in time, more or less. So we load a stone picker. So let's go grab our trailer. stone trailer, and we gotta park it behind the picker, then attach to the picker so that the picker can unload, because the picker has to be powered up before it can unload. It'd be a wonderful thing if it unloaded automatically, but such is not the case. Alright, let's unload our stones. And let's go park our trailer. Alright, now let's get back up to the stone picker here. Turn the worker back on, and we're off to the races. But of course, he's got to do his customary drive around in circles and figure out where the heck he is thing. And hopefully we figure it out right away this time. Looks like he actually figured it out right away this time. And contracts update roughly every hour, so let's see if we had anything else interesting pop up on our contract screen. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we got another $5,000 wood transport contract, but this time the payout's 53.55, but we got 21 logs, so that's when it starts to get into that two trip situation. But they're giving us additional equipment here. We're getting a tag along trailer, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one, and we're going to go ahead and hop over to the truck and get the tandem trailer attached, and send these guys to the location, which is farmland 33. And this one's quite a ways away from where the drop point is. So we're going to do another set destination, and we're going into log country. Looks like this one's parked beside the road somewhere. Again with that unreachable stuff. Dude. All right. So we got to plot this one a little more rudimentary in order for him to figure it out. Let's see, can you give me this route? You plot to here. Nope. All right, let's try a preschool route then. And you plot to here. And you do that one. He can. What a novel idea. And this guy should be closer after now. Because once he does the picking, we may not even have to make the delivery because the contract will be executed just by us picking up the stones. Okay, let's check on our log truck guy. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna figure it out at least part of the way? Well, he's about to hit his mark, so I'm gonna have to see if I can give him some additional instructions. Let's see if he can at least figure those out. All right, so here we go. Set destination, and let's see if we can plot this part of the route. He cannot. So every intersection, it looks like it's gonna cause him problems. So let's see if we just plot to this point. Can he do this one? Okay, yeah, he can do that one. Okay, so we made it to this intersection. So let's see if we can get him the rest of the way. If we tell him to go here, and he did at least do that node, he cannot. So the problem seems to be additional nodes. And I know you guys have seen in previous episodes of the series, I set these guys on much more complicated routes than this without any problem. I don't know what's changed. Yeah, this is literally straight ahead. How can he say that's unreachable? Good gosh, bruh. Yeah, this is a bit frustrating here, man. What's unreachable about this point? All right, fuck it. Pardon my French, man. That's frustrating. No, that's annoying. Alright, so okay, yeah. This is one of those first log pickup points that I had in the game. We're missing a building or something over here, aren't we? I sworn last time I was in this location there was another building over here on this backside. Pretty sure there was. I'm not crazy by any stretch of the imagination. I know there was another building over here. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Actually, let's hitch back up and let's bring this trailer back around this direction so it's already pointing in the direction that it needs to go when we're ready to roll out. Okay, so let's just turn around and we'll come back in. Straight now, straight now. I don't know why they tweak the turning in this game for vehicles as well. I've gotten a little more used to it now, but it still annoys me that that's some of the stuff they picked that they want to tweak. With all the issues that we are already having with the game release and the things that it seems like they focused on in this first release of the patch is just puzzling to me. Alright, so let's just go ahead and unfold the truck. We'll figure all the particulars out here. Alright. But while that's unfolding, let's go holler at the stone picker and see what he got going. It's completed, so that's all I need to do is just hit that button. 4577 it is. Tired of looking at it already. Alright, let's see how quickly we can knock this logging contract out. Hopefully we can do it a little more smoother than we did the last one, even though we're talking about 21 logs here. Usually pretty nice on the crane. There we go. I got you, homeboy. Why do we have that third log was trying to straggle on there and mess up the program. We don't need none of that. Static. As James Brown would say, static. Turn. That's the range of motion of that arm, huh? Alright, we're dropping on down. All we can do is go high and low, left and right. so be it. We got it clamped. We have it clamped. I said we got it. Okay. Bring those on around. They're about to fall out, it looks like. We're gonna get at least to that edge. Bring it on down. Let them do what they want to do. That's stacking them logs, baby. Alright. Come on, Crane. Right with your boy. Alright. A little bit. Because typically when you're grabbing these logs, you want to grab them about center mass, because that gives you the most flexibility and how you can handle them once you got them up in the air. But sometimes you just got to grab them where you can grab them at. All right, 2 more pieces. Okay, here we go. Yeah. All right, we got him. Alright, there we go. Down and left them fall where they may. Alright, gotta get them up high enough. Uh-oh. We got a pole in the way. That changes things. And then our crane itself is causing problems. Alright, down, down, down. Drop them right there. 2 trailers, we don't have to get too particular with the stacking. Thankfully, they give you enough trailer with which to work. Really, the issue with the crane is all in my head. You know, it's just like your controls are opposite, a little bit opposite of what you're seeing happening as you're watching it on screen. But once you get your brain wrapped around that part of it, operating the crane is a little more simpler. Once you get past the overthinking of the controls, then it's just a matter of positioning and then letting the logs do all the work for you. Alright, lamps acting like it's a little weak here. Should you grab those logs? Alright. And at the proper height. Alright, the logs are swinging all over the place. Let's let that kind of settle down a bit. Alright, there we go. It's a beautiful thing. We're still gonna actually throw a few more on top of that load. And now do we want to do a normal lift or we want to do crazy lift? Well, we got 3, so we're doing crazy. Let that activity settle down a little bit. With 3 logs, you're going to have a lot more swing, but due to the weight of the logs. Oh! Why did it release? Oh lordy. And I was going so smooth until that mistake. And I don't know if that was me or the clamp. I honestly don't. I'm not gonna be really that long black out. So I need to lay it out flat so I can grab it and do what I want to do with it. So let it go. Alright. got you, homie. My career as a crane operator is not dead yet. Although we probably would have killed somebody in real life if something like that had happened. Alright, so bring that down. Have it. Bring it up. Alright, turn it. Back. Let's swing a little bit. We're good to go. Since I'm gonna have to try to do some moving around of the truck with the trailer and everything else, we're gonna leave those other logs where they stand for the moment, because once we move, we're gonna have to be in different positions to grab those other logs, at least if we want to be successful. So we'll just hold off on dealing with those for right now. Alright, so we'll just grab them one by one for right now. Oh. I think that's what I did. I hit the wrong button when I was... Whoa. That pole is definitely a problem. Alright, so we'll back that up, turn that. Alright, so we're just going to grab them one in at a time right now, just to keep the bad incidents down to a minimum, and be mindful of where that pole is located at, so we don't almost flip over the truck again. That was almost super disastrous there. Alright, one more log to go. And we're just going to extend the arm out, swing it over that way. And I've got to extend out a little bit more. Turn and drop. Yep. Wheel left and drop. and rotate the log this way. And we're gonna have to bring it back so that we don't run into the pole. It should be clear. Maybe bring it back a little bit more. Turn. And back. And it should be great. Forward. Back. Great. Now let's at least put some straps on these logs so we don't want to jumping around. The next thing, a couple of things we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit tricky. All right, so let's get the trailer turned around here. Crane and all. And awesome. Let's grab this log. And we can put them on either trailer, it really doesn't matter. That note now that we're coming from a different direction, the angles change, and that's kind of confusing to the crane operator here. All right, one log. All right. Trying to see if we can shake that log up a little bit where it was sitting in a better position, but that didn't produce the desired results. So we'll leave it be. All right, we're gonna circle around and see if we can get in position to grab this last log. All right, there we go. That's our last log. Beautiful thing. Get the straps down, and we're good to go. truck. And since the AI seems to be super problematic, I don't know how much of this route we're going to have to do manually versus how much we can automate. Let's see. All right, we're going to start here, set destination. And where is our sale point? So let's see if we can tell them to at least get us to here. Okay. Seems to like that. But he fails even before he gets out the gate. Getting a flat spot. So tandem trailers obviously give the AI drivers a lot of problems. They didn't even know how to plot that first turn. All right, so let's see if we can give him that route one more time. Or if he's still going to be tapped out. Our sale point is towards the bottom, or at least the middle of the map, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. And we don't have anything else going on. I got to, unfortunately, I know it's not the most entertaining stuff to watch me work contracts, but as you've seen with some of my other series, the first half of the series was literally me grinding and making that money till we got our farm budget up to the point where we can do so many other things, and that's typically how I like to work my series. Um, but that also results in a lot of stuff being done off camera and a lot of stuff being done off camera. But if you want to see me do some different stuff on camera, always just let me know in the comments. We'll definitely uh, see what we can do. But right now, we're still just grinding contracts. We're a majority of the farm work we've done off camera so far, but that's not going to always be the case. And again, one of the limitations when we're doing live is just that we're doing it live. So there's no jump cuts, there's no skips, there's none of that stuff that you'll see on some of those channels with some of your more polished YouTubers, but they're doing content that's been pre-produced and heavily edited, and I'm just dropping a episode of my Twitch live series right onto my YouTube channel without minimal or no edits. But we're definitely going to get into doing a few more things. I want to get into doing some of these projects here around town. We're going to have to do, because we have some projects that require a lot of lumber or a lot of wood, we're definitely going to have to get into buying some other pieces of property and doing some lumberjacking. Our main farm doesn't really have a whole lot of forestry opportunities. I don't think. Let me see, what is our farmland? Well, I guess we can do the trees behind fields 3, 4, and 5, but I haven't even looked to see how many trees we got out there, but it's probably not a whole lot because a lot of projects on this map require forestry, but we don't really have a lot of forestry areas, so we're probably gonna even have to end up farming our own wood. So from what I understand, at least from some YouTubers I've been watching, Popular uh, is the most profitable crop in Farming Simulator 25. So growing your own wood and planting your own trees for profit is kind of the way to go right now. So I may look into also doing some of that off camera and just see if that's a good thing to get into. All right, so we're sending the AI driver to that destination. And for starting out in some of our projects and some of our contracts, we may just buy stuff from the lumber yard, because we have one project here on the main farm that I definitely want to get into building just to see how it all works out. But it's going to cost us, where are we at on the main farm here? If we jump back to the main farm, we got this little buildable shed here. But we need 1,000 wood beam, 1,000 long planks, and 1,000 planks to build this small shed. That's not cheap. It's going to cost us more for the materials than it would to buy the pre-made building, but that's a little odd. But that's when you look at the cost of the materials, at least buying them from the shop. That's just a little interesting tidbit of information there. All right, so we're at the sawmill, and I'm going to manually take over here, and we're going to get over to the wood sale point. And we'll have to park here, and then we'll walk over to this building here, and you can see the sell point trigger. It's a little exclamation point by the door. And this might be a good little spot for a screenshot. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I will keep it, but this is a starter. Well, no, we'll do one at the main farm. Oh, no, we'll take this one. And let's go ahead and sell that wood. And then we'll go ahead and execute that contract for another 48.35. And going back to active contracts, we'll probably see another wood contract pop up. No, we didn't. So that's all we got for right now. That balance is up to 588,000. We're still only about halfway there, even with all the work we've been doing. Part of the reason why we got there so quickly is because before the patch, we were working wood contracts and get paid a lot more. So now that they cut the payout on wood harvesting contracts, it's extending how much time we're going to have to grind to get where we need to get. But like I was saying, we could buy the materials for this shed, and that's probably what we're going to do at this point. Was because even if I wanted to try to do forestry, I don't have the production facilities to produce the wood, all the wood materials that I need. All right, as you can see, grass is growing. It's happy. Yield bonus at 97%. That's fine for me. The grass is growing on each of the fields. All right, let's check on the cows because I haven't been paying attention to the cows for a little bit, but they're soon going to need water, so we're going to have to purchase a water trailer. Well, let's go ahead and put that down here now then. Because we do have a mod we're going to do. I was kind of thinking about how I wanted to address their water situation. Here on the main farm, we have a object, a old windwheel water tank, $729 if I sell it. I'm going to put a different set of water tanks here in this location. So we're going to sell that for $729. And we're going to I can't get rid of this little building here. There's certain buildings here on the main farm that we can't remove for whatever random reason. That's this one here with the chicken coop that we can't use for who knows, whatever random reason. So we're going to go here to our placeable section here. And we want to go to generators. Actually, it's under sheds. It's under container. And it's a mod here for free water. Okay, if I can get, why is it doing that? Tools, farmhouses, sheds, silos, constructibles, container. This free water tank. And we're going to place that instead of the windmill contraption there that was giving us water. And the only question now is what would be a good location for it without running into all these placeable issues. Area is restricted or without seeing another object. Yada yada. We'll place it out here. At least want to get it as close to this building as we can. Make sure that we don't also block our trigger or anything like weird like that. All right. Up. All right. Let's kind of zoom in here. I want to make sure that we're ironclad on our placement. And so since we sold that windmill for $750, we're placing this for $500. We profit $250, and it has a little solar panel on it too. So I think we make a little cash flow off of it. So let's see how it looks. And maybe this will be my screenshot, and we'll delete the other one. You can see my little farmer dude here, and our little water facility. All right. And let's go ahead and toggle map view and hide that. And we'll take that screenshot. Oops. Take that screenshot. And then we'll keep the map off for now. Because that's not even the map I really use when I'm navigating around the map. So we're going to go ahead and also grab a water tanker. Let's see what's on sale. Nothing's changed there. Let's go down to animals, barrels, and we do have the TARDIS mod. we want to use that one, or we want to use on the standard water tankers. The TARDIS is 10 grand. We had the Abbey 50, 550, and that one's only 58. So while you're on 50 and 58, you might as well spend 10. At least I'm thinking, because you're not that far from 10,000. And the normal capacity for this one, 7,000 liters. Is that the same as this one here, the 17,000? No. Just price better. Now, can we change the color of the TARDIS? No, we can only change the rim color. But we can update it to be 200,000 liters versus for additional $2,000. But for the base price, we can keep it at the standard 7,000 liter capacity. That's the quandary. I think we're going to go ahead and decisions. We're going to go ahead and grab the TARDIS, man. But I am going to change the rim color. We'll do the blue. And we'll go ahead and buy that. And that's just 10,000 in the hole. All right. And let's go pick that bad boy up in the shop. So we're going to kind of do a little jump, our version of a jump cut to the shop. We're going to reset the tractor to the shop. And we'll grab our water trailer. Welcome home, TARDIS. And now we're going to tell the worker to go to set destination. And let's see if we can plot this route to the main farm. Oh man, I didn't realize the time. We overshot our target tonight. And because of that, we're doing a little overtime just in the wrap up. But I want to thank you for tuning in and checking me out tonight. I appreciate your time. You've been tuning into another episode of Jose831 Gaming live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 25. I'm Jose831 Gaming on most of your social media pages, social media platforms, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're tuned into my content. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. That's the only way I can get better. And I appreciate your feedback. That's all I got for tonight. I'm going to continue to work these fields and these contracts off camera. And when we come back in the next episode, I'll let you know what we've done, where we're at, and so on and so forth. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking me out. Jose831 Gaming live on